Hello everyone and welcome to the news here on Press TV. A top US military official has expressed, quote, extraordinary concern over the potential for civil unrest and a breakup of the European Union. Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Martin Dempsey, says the Eurozone is at great risk. He added measures taken so far by the EU leaders are unlikely to hold the 27-member bloc together. The comments come as EU leaders failed to reach consensus over signing a fiscal treaty to resolve the crisis during a summit in Brussels. The summit was deemed by many, including the French President Nicolas Sarkozy, as the last chance to save the euro. Joining me from Washington is Webster Tarpley, author and lecturer. Welcome to the programme, sir. And Mr. Tarpley, now we have a top US military general expressing concern over the breakup of the European Union. First of all, how sincere is such a concern?
Well, these are crocodile tears, of course, because the entire U.S. regime, the U.S. banking establishment, Wall Street, the Federal Reserve, and the U.S. government are committed to smashing the euro. This is the essence of the dollar policy. About 2 years ago, London and New York decided that the dollar was in big trouble because of the pumping of liquidity to bail out the zombie banks of Wall Street after Lehman Brothers. The only thing to do, since it was impossible to make the dollar look good, the only thing to do was to attack the euro and make the euro look bad. And they started in the very limited Greek bond market, and then they went on to Portugal, the so-called pigs, a term that seems to have been coined at Goldman Sachs. And right now, in the last couple of days, we have seen an effort by the U.S. banks and the U.S. government now to try to promote a panic. In other words, they're trying to create a situation where retail banking in Euroland, any bank that has deposits denominated in euros, they're trying to hype a panic so that those depositors will flee. Flee where? Flee into your friendly dollar, your friendly British pound, your friendly Swiss franc, your friendly Canadian dollar, Australian dollar, maybe your yen, whatever it is. But these are not analytical judgments. In other words, they're not concerned. They're trying to make a self-fulfilling prophecy. Morgan Stanley put out something that we're supposed to be in the midst of a banking panic right now. And J.P. Morgan, this was plastered on the front page of the Wall Street Journal yesterday. U.S. banks or Euro banks prep for the world after the euro. And a lot of this is simply an attempt, it's a bear raid. It's to try to create a climate of opinion where the euro might go down. And of course, this is a very serious situation, because even these judgments say, if you have a chaotic breakup of the euro, you will have a European depression, and that will lead to a world depression, a colossal world economic and financial depression. In some ways, we're already in it. But you will have Europe down, U.S. down, China, Brazil, and other BRICS countries also down. Right. And so, Mr. Tarpley, with regards to what you said about the battle between the dollar and the euro, how much are the U.S. and Eurozone correlated? I mean, the main point I'm asking this question is to know how much would the U.S. be dragged into financial chaos if Europe loses its financial ground? Totally. We would have a total banking panic in the United States, starting with places like Bank of America, Citibank, and other Wall Street zombie banks. Everybody knows they're kept going by the tolerance of the U.S. federal government in not enforcing the banking laws. These banks ought to be in Chapter 7 liquidation, and their derivatives ought to be deleted, and so forth. But the thing that has also emerged in the last 24 hours, General de Gaulle of France argued a generation ago or more that the British would never be sincere members of the euro, that they would join it to sabotage it, to be a Trojan horse, to wreck it from within. And now we see Cameron. Cameron of Britain has taken his stand saying the City of London has to be immune, above all, to the euro Tobin. It's a Tobin tax. It's a tax on financial speculation, financial turnover. The Europeans would like to institute it, and they should. And Cameron says, no, we will never allow this, and we will never allow the re-regulation of British financial markets. One of the terrible things that Cameron is doing is he's saying that the interests of the City of London define British national interest. In other words, if you're in Britain outside of that square mile of the City of London, if you're in Leeds or Manchester or Birmingham or Liverpool, you're worth nothing. Only the City of London counts for Cameron.
Indeed. All right, on that note, we'll leave it there. And many thanks there to Webster Griffin Tarpley, author and lecturer from Washington.
Thank you.